Okay, game 4 here, and the board looks fairly straightforward. You want to play Haggler and just buy green cards. That seems to be all there is to do on the board. You can get a beta draw out of Oracle and Village, and Haggler will help you build that engine. But really, all you want your engine to do is play Haggler. Or play Hagglers, anyway. Man, multiple Hagglers confuse me. One Haggler I can understand, two Hagglers, I don't know why I can understand. It's just like 1 times 2, but anyway. My opponent opens 2-5, so that means I click X, right, on this board. I just click X and say GG. No, it doesn't mean that. Dominion is a funny game, and favorable 2-5 opening can still lose. You have to probably play well, and maybe luck will come back around for you in the game. So you don't immediately give up when you see 2-5 opening against you, or not in your favor. Anyway, we both opened with the Chapel. I would have gone straight for the Haggler here if I was in my opponent's position, because that's the point of my deck. I want the Haggler right away. But instead my opponent goes for the Treasury, which is also okay. It's not terrible. Seeing the Treasury though made me think, hey, I have a bit of time. Maybe I could get back into this game if I can, you know, have good turns 3 and 4. To allow for this, I'm going to get the Silver. The other option was the Oracle. Maybe I could skip my opponent's Chapel or skip the Treasury and get me a favorable draw, but I went for the Silver. I thought it was a bit safer because Oracle could skip my Chapel as well. However, my opponent is having a good turn 3 here, getting a nice Chapel off. That's always a pleasant thing to see on turn 3. I pick up the Oracle now because I kind of want to build the draw a little bit, not, you know, super a lot, because, well, the deck is going to be thin. And my opponent gets a Silver here. I'm only able to trash 3 cards, and I'm not going to buy anything here with this $2, obviously. My opponent plays a Treasury here, and at this point thinks for a while, deciding on how many cards to trash. Now with this $4 hand here, I am thinking about getting a Village because I have 2 terminals in my deck, the Oracle and the Chapel, and I want to be able to play both of them. So the other option is a Silver, but I think I'd rather have the Village and then get a Haggler and then get an next Village and build like that somehow. So my opponent does play their Chapel here and does not trash the entire hand, instead holds back a couple coppers and picks up a Village here. So here I'm going to pick up my Village, hopefully to avoid collision like this. And my opponent Chapels again here and has the 5 for a Haggler at this point. So first a Haggler. At this point I choose to play the Oracle instead of the Chapel. I'll only get 2 cards out of my deck if I Chapel, and instead if I play the Oracle I have a decent chance of getting to 5 and picking up the Haggler, as I do here. So now in the back, I know I have the Village, the Oracle, and the Haggler. If they all come together in the next hand, maybe I have a chance to stay on par for this game. Maybe. Maybe. Because my opponent picks up a second Haggler here. And things look bleak. I need next turn to come off near perfectly for me to have even a slight chance at holding this game. But the Village is in the bottom 2 cards. I'm unable to find it, and as a result I think this is the final nail in the coffin here. My opponent gets to play one of the Hagglers and I think has the choice between the Chapel and the second Haggler, opting for the Chapel to get rid of a solitary copper. Comes up with 5 I believe here, and buys another Haggler, haggling a Village. So my opponent has 3 Hagglers and 2 Villages. That looks like trouble for me. And this Oracle attack isn't going to harm them at all because they're so thin. They just draw everything anyway. I pick up a second Village here. And now I have the hand which I hoped I had last turn, but I think it's a bit too late. I think it was too late anyway, but yes. So I see this, 3 Hagglers come out and a Silver, 9. You buy Province and you haggle 3 things, right? It doesn't really matter what 3 things you haggle at this point. Village, Oracle, Gold, Village, Oracle, Treasury, My opponent opts for the very plain, straightforward brute force approach of triple gold, which is, strong, obviously. All of these things win. I mean, triple counting house doesn't win. You can't do anything. Anything reasonable will win, I think, at this point. So after considering for a while, my opponent gets the province and the 3 goals. Hagla is also good here because there's gardens on the board. So maybe you can make some kind of rear guard effort with the gardens, but with just a massive gold flood in my opponent's deck, they will be able to probably just get province from here till the end of the game. And I just can't compete with that. There's no way. The Oracle doesn't hurt, like I said, because the deck is just too good, too resilient to that single attack. So I pick up a gold off my Haggler here and haggle another Haggler. Maybe my opponent can get to 8, maybe, yeah, no, it's not happening. Another province for my opponent. And if I had seen my Haggler here, maybe I'd have played on for a bit more, but seeing just 6 here and then my opponent being able to pick up a province on the next turn makes me click X. So that's the end of game 4 for you. A very quick one. And see you in the remaining 2 games for this match.